I'm Michael Diamond. This is Muscle Central. Subscribe, turn on your notifications. Okay, latest on Leo Rex. According to the coroner's report, Leo Rex was murdered, died from blunt force trauma to the head. Now, when I initially talked about it in a previous video, I thought there was a possibility that Leo had a relapse. It's known that he had substance abuse problems in the past, that he relapsed, and something went wrong. By what we initially got from the what was going on at the scene, he was in a bathroom on the floor, and the door was closed. He was up against the door where they had to push the door, put force against the door to move the body to get in there. So that would lead you to believe that he was in a bathroom for whatever reason. Maybe he fell and banged his head. The toilet was dislodged with some tools on the floor there. I'm thinking maybe he went in there to do his stuff and he dropped in the toilet and went freaked out. It was jonesing and freaked. Dislodged the toilet to try to find what he dropped, fell, bangs his head. The fact that the room was in disarray when the authorities got there, I'm thinking there's illegal things, substances in Tony Huge's house, and I'm certain of that. And I'm thinking along the lines that they panic and they're searching to find any trace of any illegal substance in the room and get rid of it. And that's really along the lines I was thinking. Immediately, there were others that were already pointing the finger, saying murder. Well, the coroner's report confirms that he was killed. Now, what are the possibilities? There was a window in the bathroom. So you're thinking along the lines that whoever killed him wedged the body up staged the scene, wedged the body up against the door, climbed through the window. Now, let's say it was somebody that Leo ticked off. And we know that he had issues with a lot of people. We have screenshots of text messages. People have put up on posts audio of Leo leaving messages. And you can see that he's hot. He was hot-headed. And he's had issues with just about everybody that he's collaborated with in one form or another. So, and I'm sure he's pissed off people, excuse me, outside this industry the way he is. So somebody sneaks in the house, kills him, stages it to make it look like maybe there was an accident, and then slips out the window. But the window's pretty small. And also, I would think if it was somebody from the outside, that they wouldn't be too concerned about staging it. They'd be more concerned to flee in a very, very expedient manner. But now it appears that things were staged. So it leads you to think that there must be somebody in the house. I mean, there's a couple of possibilities. It's obvious that while Leo was out there, he went through somewhat of a transformation. You can see just in his appearance, things changed for him. Tony has a pretty outrageous lifestyle. He has his, I don't remember what he calls them, lady men. I think he calls them lady boys. You know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking maybe something went wrong with Leo and one of them, and something got out of hand, and Leo ultimately was struck with something. People are also pointing the finger at Tony Huge. Now, Tony has come out and said that he was having some issues with Leo. They weren't quite agreeing on some things. I don't know how heated it could have gotten. And who knows? It could have been something that got out of hand between Leo and Tony, and ultimately Tony struck him. Whether there was intention to kill or not is another story. You don't know. We really don't know much other than the fact that he was killed. Now, but going back to Tony, he also made a video discussing this, and his approach in discussing it sounded much like a lawyer setting the groundwork for the defense of his client. Ironically, Tony happens to be a lawyer. For those of you who say that, no, Tony, I'm not making any accusation whatsoever. I'm just laying out various possibilities. And for those who say, well, Tony couldn't do anything like that, we never know with anybody. You really don't know what's going on deep down inside a person and what they're capable of. For those of you watching who might remember the Atlanta child murders, when they finally, these young black children in Atlanta were being killed. And when they finally caught the person, it looked like the black Pillsbury Doughboy. And his demeanor talking was so soft-spoken. But when it went to trial, the FBI profilers assisted TA in how to approach him. And this Pillsbury Doughboy, soft-spoken, so easygoing, soft demeanor person, when the DA questioned him following the lead of the profilers, he jumped up in a burst of rage, and I'm sure that was one of the things that helped convict him. Point being is, you just don't know. You can't tell by the way a person talks, the way a person looks. What we do know now is that Leo Rex was murdered. I think being that it was staged, the scene, I think it makes it less likely that it was an assailant from the outside who broke in, killed Leo, and exited through the bathroom window. I think more than likely It's starting to look like it was someone from inside the house. Whether it was Tony Hughes himself or somebody else staying in the house, it appears that it looks like that's the case. It looks like it was staged, and whoever staged it most likely exited through that window, because it was pretty hard to get the body pressed up against the door like it was and exiting through the door. It would have to have been a smaller stature person. Just take it from there. That's going to be about all for this video. If you agree or disagree with anything I've said, let me know in the comment section. Like the video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, turn on the notifications. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.